So like I said in yesterday's video, I got a relatively cheap upgrade in the mail. So before we change out the part, I'm just going to do a quick top speed run on the bike the way it comes out of the box. I'm going to do the top speed off of the display on the bike, and I'm also going to hold my phone with the GPS speedometer on it between my legs. We're going to do the top speed run right now, and then we're going to take it back to the house immediately, swap the part out, come back, do the same speed run on the same street, and see if we gain any speed from this upgrade. Alright, I gotta beat this car. We got 100% battery. I got the GPS between my legs. Here we go, top speed run. So you have 46 on the phone and 54 on the display. 51 on the phone. 51. 51. Alright. Now I'm going to take it right back, swap this out, and we're going to come back and do the same speed run in the same spot.
So I'm sure by now you're probably wondering what the heck could you do for, around 30 bucks to get a couple more miles per hour out of your Sting or your Surron. I'll give you a little hint. These bikes ship from the factory with O-ring chains on them, and what that means is there's you can see these little black O-rings on every single link around the chain. And what that does basically is makes the chain a lot quieter, a little bit less maintenance to muck and dirt and crap and stuff getting in there and messing up your chain. But what they also do is rob horsepower, because you see over here, my CRF 450 and all race motocross bikes, they don't run those O-ring chains because they rob horsepower. So in theory, if we put a non-O-ring chain on the bike, I may have been a little ahead of myself when I made claims of around 60 miles an hour or more, but in theory we should be able to at least get a couple miles an hour hopefully. And I'm about to throw this chain on right now and see. This chain cost me 40 bucks on Amazon. The reason I went ahead and got this one is because it's already cut to length. So I can literally just pop the master link off of this chain, slide it off, feed this one in, put the master link on, and I'm done. I don't have to mess with a chain breaker or do anything like that. If you want to get this chain too, I'll put the link in the description and pin it as the top comment. There are other non-O-ring chains that you can get on Amazon if you don't want to go with this one for a little bit cheaper. This one was 40 bucks like I said, and I went with this one because it was pre-cut to the correct length. If you want to go with a different one, just make sure it's a 420 non-O-ring chain, and it's 106 link. Focus. It says 106 links on there, just trust me. So to get the stock chain off, what you're going to want to do is just find your master link, which is right here. Just take you like a little flathead screwdriver, some pliers or something, and just push it from the back. Like so. Slide it up to that little hole there. And you pull your clip off. You can push out the link. It's going to fall. And if you want to keep this chain, watch out for these little O-rings. You might drop those. But yeah, then just take this off. Look at how stiff this chain is. Like it hardly bends. Look how easily the non-O-ring chain moves around. It's like no resistance compared to the O-ring chain. Also, another reason I went with this chain is this DID chain. They're pretty well known and trusted in the motocross industry. Them, RK, Renthal, like Pro Taper, any of them, you can't really go wrong. So I just got the new non-O-ring chain fed through, pretty straightforward. Just push it up there. Once you get it on the front sprocket, you can pull it whichever way you need it. Get it up here on the top of the sprocket or somewhere where it's convenient for you. Then literally all you got to do is put the master link that came with your non-O-ring chain through, put the front plate on, master link clip, and there's two ways you can go about getting it on. Just go ahead and get it in that open hole in the first one, and you can either flip it like this and just kind of push it on from the back with a flathead, or what I like to do is just kind of push it on, get it over that front hole, slide it over, lift it. You can use your finger. Sometimes you might need a little help from the screwdriver, but just get it locked on that one side and then get it clipped in down there. Make sure it's nice and snug, make sure it's tight, make sure both ends of the master link are clipped into the little groove on your chain link there. And you're good to go. You don't even have to loosen the back wheel, you don't even have to adjust the chain. Just plug and play. Take the factory one off and put this new non-O-ring chain on. 106 links. You're good to go.
Alright, top speed run, take 3. The first time, the phone glitched out and didn't work. The second time, a car cut me off. And the third time, a car almost just cut me off again. But here we go. Gonna try to get a top speed run this time. And we're getting cut off by a truck. Oh, we're good, we're good. Alright. 50, 52, 53, 54 on the phone. 54 on the phone, 55 on the dash. Alright, so not quite what I was hoping for, but for about 30-40 bucks, you can gain a couple miles an hour. Before, we were seeing 51 on the GPS, and I think we just saw 54, 55 on the GPS on my phone. So there's 3 or 4 miles per hour. That's about $10 a mile per hour, I guess, but oh. I'm sure if you put a smaller sprocket on the back, like a tooth or two smaller sprocket, you could definitely hit 60 on this thing. You're going to sacrifice a little bit of torque, but it is what it is, I guess. Also, I don't know if I would call this chain an upgrade. It's definitely going to be higher maintenance than an O-ring chain. You're going to have to, you know, keep an eye on it and keep it lubed more often. And me, I hate chain lube and chain wax. I cannot stand the stuff. It always will like fling off and get all over your bike, and you can't even get it off with a pressure washer most of the time. So I've never had any issues with my chains in my entire life racing motocross, and the only thing I ever do is spray them down with WD-40 after I pressure wash them, and then in between each moto at the track, I just give them a little coating of WD-40 again, just for good measure. Guys, sorry it wasn't quite as much of a speed upgrade as I thought it was going to be, but I mean, shoot, for 30-40 bucks, plug and play. If you get the 106 link one that I'll link in the description, you don't even have to use a chain breaker or take the back wheel off. You can literally just pop the master link, feed it in, pop the master link back in, and you're done. It only took me about 5 minutes literally, and I'm back out here doing the other speed test. Also, I do also want to note on the speed test, the first run that I did with the stock chain was 100% battery fresh off the charger. That last speed run I did where we hit 54 or 55, I can't remember what it was, that was the third speed run I had done after that. I did 2 other ones, and on the first one the car in front of me slowed down. On the next one, car pulled out in front of me. So the third run was what I did with that one, and we were at 95% battery, if that matters for anything. I will have a video coming out on Friday. It'll be a week since I've gotten the bike, and I'm gonna do just like a 1 week update on riding it for a week and what I like and what I don't like and what I think they could improve on. And look out for the suspension video. I'm going to be releasing part 1 of it probably on Saturday. I've got the clickers down, and I'm going to make a chart and all that of how to get the settings that you want, or the feel out of the bike that you want with the clickers. And then part 2, I got to wait to get a suspension pump in, and I'm going to experiment around with different air pressures as well to try to get the best settings I can out of this stock suspension on the Sting. Also, while I'm at it, it says that 99.9% of you aren't subscribed. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I would greatly appreciate it if you did subscribe. It helps me out in the channel a lot, and it also keeps you informed and updated when I release future videos. Thanks again, guys. I really do appreciate all the support so far. I'm gonna go ride for a little bit, and I gotta go get a haircut. Peace.